The most accurate prophet, the Simpsons family, one of Earth's most inexplicable events. Today, we're going to discuss a thought-provoking story about who the greatest prophet of our time is. Surprisingly, it turns out to be an animated show. The Simpsons. Why did this show become so popular? There's a mystical reason behind it: its ability to make predictions. Many of the predictions made by The Simpsons have come true after 5, 10, or even 20 years. The Simpsons premiered at the end of 1989 and has a history spanning 32 years, with a total of 700 episodes. There have been around 40 to 50 successful predictions. These fulfilled predictions can be divided into two categories. The first category is explainable, meaning these predictions have some logical basis. For instance, an episode from 1995 featured a smartwatch, and in 2010, a prediction was made that Professor Benet would win the Nobel Prize in Economics. Another example is from 1993, where two animal trainers were bitten by their own tigers. While these examples may sound astonishing, they are based on foreseeable developments in technology, fame, and occupational hazards. However, what truly captivates attention are the more enigmatic predictions. Let's delve into how these uncanny prophecies come about. The first and most famous prediction is Donald Trump's election as U.S. President. As early as the year 2000, The Simpsons predicted Trump's future presidency, which indeed came true 16 years later. The second prediction relates to the Greek sovereign debt crisis. In a 2012 episode, a caption read, "Europe puts Greece up for auction on eBay." 3 years later, in July 2015, the European Union demanded Greece use state assets as collateral for its third bailout. The third prediction involves the US government surveilling citizens' phone calls. In a 2007 episode, it was revealed that the US security agencies were constantly monitoring citizens' actions. 6 years later, in 2013, Edward Snowden exposed the NSA's PRISM program, which involved mass surveillance on a global scale. The fourth prediction centers on Lady Gaga's Super Bowl performance. In a 2012 episode, Lady Gaga's Super Bowl performance was described in great detail. At the time, Lady Gaga was just beginning to gain fame with her second album, Born This Way, and was far from being a Super Bowl headliner. However, in 2017, she indeed performed at the Super Bowl halftime show. The fifth prediction revolves around voting machine malfunctions. In a 2008 episode, Homer went to vote for the Democratic candidate, but due to a machine malfunction, his vote was cast for the Republican candidate. This scenario manifested in the 2012 election, where votes meant for Obama were mistakenly attributed to Mitt Romney. These predictions are truly extraordinary and unexpected. As Lu Xun, a famous Chinese writer, once said, "Thoughts as vast as the universe, silent as thunder." People are amazed at these accurate and imaginative predictions. But how does The Simpsons manage to achieve this? Let's begin by understanding what this show is all about. The Simpsons isn't a children's cartoon. It's a satirical animated sitcom that reflects various aspects of society. Through the lives of the Simpson family, the show mercilessly mocks hypocrisy and exposes societal injustices. In essence, The Simpsons is a form of critical realism, a satirical, dystopian adult animation. Dystopian works, such as George Orwell's 1984, often contain elements of prophecy. For instance, Orwell's "Big Brother is watching you" concept remains impactful decades after its publication, while The Simpsons may not reach the same level of profundity as 1984. Its longevity and vast content contribute to its significant cultural influence. So, how are these prophetic connections made? Take the prediction of Trump's presidency as an example. Dan Greaney, one of the show's writers, initially intended this as satire, not a serious prediction. Greaney found it ironic and humorous to imagine Trump as president, given his morally ambiguous character. However, to his astonishment, Trump actually became president. Similarly, the prediction of the Greek debt crisis was meant to satirize the EU's hypocrisy, but it ended up mirroring reality. The notion of US government surveillance in another episode was meant as a wake-up call, yet it eventually echoed the truth behind the PRISM program. Lady Gaga's Super Bowl performance prediction aimed to mock changing American tastes, but it unexpectedly matched reality. Even the malfunctioning voting machine prediction intended to criticize partisan politics manifested in the actual 2012 election. The Simpsons' predictions were not intentional prophecies but rather reflections of societal critiques. It appears that the show's portrayal of societal contradictions resonates with the divided human psyche. People may express one opinion but secretly act differently, leading to unforeseen outcomes. In a 2016 episode, the show even predicted that Donald Trump's daughter, Ivanka, would run for president in 2028. The mainstream media described Ivanka as a self-serving elitist, but just as with other predictions, reality might prove the show right. In conclusion, it's not The Simpsons creating prophecies. Rather, it's humanity's complex nature that often drives unpredictable events. Over 32 years, The Simpsons has become a cultural phenomenon, recognized for its satirical brilliance and its role in prompting societal self-reflection. Time magazine included Bart Simpson as one of the 100 most influential people of the 20th century, and the show ranks among the top 50 TV programs in American history. This indicates a widespread acknowledgement of societal issues and the encouragement to seek truth through light-hearted satire, aiming to build a better world.